We have spent 1 week on the beach farm getting sand in my boots and under my fingernails. It is time to continue our adventure toward perfection. All of the fish, all of the friends, all of the monsters slain, and the loss of my sanity. As a reminder, we are playing with some mods which are linked down below, and with remix bundles for the community center. It was raining again. I don't know if Expanded makes it rain more, or I'm getting blessed by Yoba. Either way, I'm happy. I grab a few things for the community center and my mining gear to get a few more levels under my belt. I realize that I don't think I've planted any kale for the community center, so we make a quick stop by Pierre's to get some seeds and plant those. Originally, I had planned to go cave diving, but I remembered I needed to work on my fishing skills. We pivot and grab some lake fish for the community center bundles. The lake was good to us, giving us our first artifact and some of the bundle fishes. I drop them off and run over to greet Gunther. With Stardew Valley Expanded, we can actually befriend Gunther once we donate a certain amount of items. I think it's like 60 or something, but don't quote me on that. We spend the rest of the night doing some ocean fishing. In retrospect, I could just do this on my farm because it's the beach farm. Hey man, hindsight's 2020. On the bright side, we managed to catch an eel, meaning we can turn this into the bundle, but that's a future me task. It finally stopped raining, but our watering can was ready, so everything worked out the way I needed it to. We grab our quick farming XP, and I decide to donate some things to Gunther while we wait for the shops to open up, because he is an early bird, and he can catch my worm any day. Who said that? Anyway, afterwards, I grab my upgraded watering can and crack open some geodes. I like to be efficient. Everything early on is so new that Clint did good. For now. I donate the items and Yoba blesses me with a gold bar from Olivia's trash can. With our cauliflower reward, I decided that we needed a potato empire. I replant our crops and apparently forgot to water them, a real oversight on my part, but I was focused on the mines. They were calling out to me, and I know last episode I said I don't resource focus, but there was so much copper today, I had to give them a little bit of attention. Crushing open some boxes gives us our first ring, and with the more rings mod, I can wear up to 6. I have 10 fingers. Call me Shang-Chi, I want my 10 rings. We only descended 5 floors, but with how full my backpack already is, I decided to drop things off at the community center and home. Since we completed the crab pot bundle, and I get the tool I hate the most, crab pots, the boiler room is now open. To my surprise, one of the bundles is different. A gem bundle, it's kind of cool. Harder than the original, but this one's still cool. Pierre was already closed when I came back and the ladies were done with their aerobics, so I did what any sane farmer would do. I stole from him again. Look at all those saplings he doesn't need. I was struggling to figure out where to plant them, but I worked it out. Right before bed, I finally figured out that I didn't water any of my crops, so we rushed to do that before calling it a day. And look at how much those saplings were worth, oh my god. No rain, but that's okay because we have a copper watering can. Speaking of which, with all the money I've made, I decide to upgrade another tool, probably my axe. I grab my geodes and anything else that is donatable and I run across town. On my way to Clit and Gunther's, I steal some vegan ice cream cones, my wife's loved gift. Spoiler alert, I'm going to eat them. The geodes didn't give us anything good, but it's okay. I bite the bullet and buy 5 iron ore from Clint before upgrading my axe. This way we can finish one of the boiler room upgrades. Gunther rewards us with early melons, and I rush home to smelt my iron bars. My chests were getting full, so we added a green chest for all of the seed-related items. In the mines, I run into not 1, but 2 infested floors. I feel like this is karma for not giving Vincent a birthday present. Despite the setback, we get past floor 30. In fact, we make it all the way to floor 35. Not too shabby, considering the start of this expedition. With our iron bars smelted, I run over to drop off a few things at the community center to hopefully open the last 2 bundles. I assume the treasury is the same because it's just money, but I want the bulletin board to be kind to me. And I don't really know how to feel because Emily's is both easier and harder somehow. The duck feather, sunflower, and aquamarine are the same as normal. If I don't want to wait for the desert to open, then I have to get lucky with the traveling cart lady for a beat. The amaranth is fine because Marnie's going to ask for it anyway, and the iridium bar is easy for me because I love cave diving. For those of you who don't watch my lives on Twitch, what the heck, go do that. But I would have completed my community center by fall if it wasn't for a stupid duck feather, so I'm not going to let that happen again. It is cool that Jody has a bundle, and there is a spooky themed bundle. With our extra cash, I get a new backpack, and I head up to the bookseller and buy a price catalog. We quickly hop back into the mines to reach the ice floors for iron. I make great time and get the worst weapon in the game, but continue down the ladder. The little soot monsters are annoying, but if I want coal and to get the burglar ring, I do what must be done. And after 10 successful floors, we race home to sleep. I get a notification that my copper axe is ready, And we get a letter from Susan, who is trapped up north where the spa is. With it being Friday, I go check if the traveling cart lady has anything good, and boy, oh boy, does she. I immediately took a duck feather and a rare seed. I told you I wasn't going to let it get me. I grab my copper axe and break open some geodes to give them to Gunther. I try to head up to Robin's, but I get hit with a cutscene. Lewis mentions Susan being trapped up on her farm because of Joja's negligence. Ultimately, there's nothing I can do for her, so I ask Robin to build me a coop. Even if I don't need the duck feather anymore, I do need eggs in general and for Jody. Because I have a hard time figuring out where I wanted the coop, I decided to clear out some more of my farm. I won't clear out everything yet, but I wanted to just figure out where things will go eventually. After getting tired of cutting down some trees, I was headed over to the community center before I got my first Linus cutscene. But tell me why I just noticed that I disappear into a bush after all these hours, and I just noticed that. I turn in my feather, a frozen tear, and I finish the construction bundle and head home for the night. Oh, the egg festival, the day to beat Abigail and all them kids. My cauliflower is ready for the bundle, and I get some spots tilled for the strawberries I'm going to buy. I only buy a few of them. In reality, I should have gotten more, but oh well. I impatiently wait for Lewis to start the egg hunt, and I start running. I was nervous because I only got 9 eggs, so I thought I was going to lose, but I don't. Take that, Abigail. It's my straw hat, not yours. Since I didn't plan correctly, or rather the bundles hated me, I couldn't get my free speed grow for finishing the spring bundles. If I had it tonight and used it on my strawberries, I could have got 3 yields from them instead of just 2. It's fine, I'm not sad about it at all. As we sleep, I hear a little owl giving me a gift. The kale is ready a day late, but whatever. I turn in everything to complete that bundle, and look at that, the speed grow. We throw a flower at Haley's head as a birthday present and run away to see what the traveling cart lady has. I buy the walleye only because it would complete the night fishing bundle. I do need the pomegranate for the wizard's bundle, but I don't have everything else for his pack, so I'll just wait for the fruit. I come home to see Demetrius waiting for me to ask if he can turn my cave into fruits or mushrooms. With the 1.6 update, the mushroom cave isn't really worth it anymore, especially since I can now make mushroom logs and buy a blueprint for the dehydrator, so I decide to go with the fruit bats. I plant the seeds I just bought from Pierre, and I put down the owl statue I found around the farm. Can you guess where we're headed? That's right, the community center, to get a glow ring for turning in this walleye. Afterwards, I head down to the mines for more levels. And can you believe I got another infested floor? Neither can I, but we did. With enough tears and time, we get our new boots on floor 50, and I navigate all the way to floor 55. I speed on home to end the adventure. And that was my second week on the farm. Let me know what you thought, and make sure to subscribe for more.